Hi, everyone. Happy Thursday. Thank you for showing up first and foremost for yourself, but then also in community to give to the stream of life and to show up and learn something new today. So it's a blessing to be here, and thank you for bringing your time and your presence to the table. My name's Allison, and I'm really excited to talk about today's topic, which is vitality. So I'm just going to read a few definitions because I like to look up words and le- so exuberant physical strength or mental vigor. Two, capacity for survival or for the continuation of a meaningful or purposeful existence. Three, power to live or grow. And four, vital force or principle. So, what a great launch point to come from. This is reclaiming our vitality in our lives, coming back to ourselves. And I open this as an invitation to us all to take up space in our life, take up space in our bodies, through the internal terrain of feeling healthy, of feeling whole, of feeling nourished, feeling that flow of joy, that excitement, that flow of strong functionality of really being in our body. And so we have a great community of people all over the world. I'm talking to you from Chicago, Illinois today. And thank you all for showing up from your different areas of the corners of the world to talk about what we love best, which is life, vitality, growth, change, community, self-love, self-worth, self-appreciation, self-accountability, self-responsibility. So the topic of vitality, I weave this into what we do with regenerative superfoods because for me, when I met this really easy, I'm just going to show you a cool box. No big deal, right? Just a box. It was pretty pivotal for me and life changing. I just want to touch on some of the core elements of our nutrition was supplied to me a little over 2 years ago that just became such a game changer in my life. The four components being regenerative superfoods coming into my body to nourish me, feed me, give me my vitamins and my minerals. Two, aminos, proteins that are absorbed versus digested. So that was new for me. Three, the component of gut health, restoring the gut integrity, the gut lining, and removing glyphosate, pivotal. And then, of course, a huge topic in the world right now in the changing of modernization, things going so fast, a lot expected, deep restorative sleep. So, what I love that we do here in this community is building off of these four components seem pretty basic, but what I love about these four pillars, I would say, and they're offered in this magic box, which is for me, it's self-care in a box, but make it easy so I can take care of myself right here so my brain and my body can show up for all the other things and the people that I do in my life. This just streamlined my self-care and at a very high level to where I was able to show up for myself more fully and then for my family and then the communities that we engage. And then what I loved that came with this box that I didn't know was going to come in was all of the education, the awakenings, the community of people all over the world who are very passionate about many things beyond regenerative superfoods. But I started learning about healthy soil. I started learning about gut health. I started learning more about the activism sides of the world that I could take part in and be aware of and then make more informed decisions. So this is the topic that I wanted to present to this community. It's a short and sweet call today, but I would love to just open the floor and see how this topic of vitality may reach you or anything that's come from bringing these superfoods into your life or in incorporating, what is offered beyond, you know, the everyday to day. When this found me, it was a prayer that I had put out there into the universe, and then it came in this form, and it continues to keep on giving. So I would love if anybody wants to jump on and just share about their experience or at the topic that's mentioned, just go for it. No need to raise a hand, just pop on.
Hey, Allison. Thanks so much for this conversation and this space and community. I always love your energy and gifts that you share here. And I was just thinking today, I was really raised with holistic thinking, like how our actions impact the whole or systems thinking. It's kind of like ecology. We're not separate, we're all connected. And what I loved about these superfoods is just the philosophy that Dave and Amy brought in is understanding the body, the system as a whole, understanding the soil health and how our soil impacts the vitality of the soil impacts the vitality of our bodies. So just that bringing it all the way through that integration. And then on the like actual health side on how it impacted me personally. I'm just so grateful. It was an answered prayer, exactly like you said. I'd been looking for solutions for over 15 years, really dedicated into the subject of health and holistic thinking, but had never found a solution that brought all the missing pieces together. And so for me, it was the first time that I was able to get out of chronic pain, the first time that I was able to get back to athletics, and now have like a very healthy, thriving little baby, got to have the superfoods during pregnancy. And that's just such a gift because it just continues to give me life so that I can give in all the ways that I want to. So it seems simple, but it really is profound, beyond words. So thanks for holding space today. Thanks for letting us share. And thanks for the community. Love you all.
Thanks, Rita. Love you too. I love how you talk about the word systems. This really became an easy system that I could implement for myself and for my family, but it got me looking at larger systems in the world, which ones are actually helping us and serving us and creating space for us to grow and thrive, and maybe which systems may not be the fit anymore. So thank you for touching on that. And I love to hear the personal stories as you talked about coming out of your chronic pain back to yourself. Everybody that I've ever spoken to has always had a different connection with how these foods, they're just food, right? Have served their body and their life. Thank you, Rita. Who's up?
I'll share. Hi, everyone. Good to be here. I love that your topic is vitality, Allison, because that really is the name of the game for me. When I started on my healthy journey, it was all about to access more vitality, to access more, radiance and abundance from life. And for me, I can't think of any other way to tap into that vitality than being in nature. That's how I get it the most. But the second best thing for me is literally consuming these superfoods because it's like ingesting nature into your being. And I love that a lot of people in our community talk about the power shake being, sunlight in a cup. And when I think of sun, I think of energy, vitality, vibrancy. And the more we can put things into our bodies, into our minds, into our spirits that are of that vital essence, the more we're going to radiate that outward. So for me, the superfood journey is like a spiritual journey because it's that seeking of more life force and bringing more forth to the world. And if we're not taking care of this vessel, it's really hard to do that and easy to get bogged down. So I am just so grateful. And that's why I am so consistent with these superfoods. Like I never miss a day for the last 7.5 years because I can feel the difference in my energy and my life force and my vitality if I'm doing less or more, especially when I do more. I'm like, whoa, let's amp it up. So, really grateful for this conversation and yeah, the vitality that the foods can bring us.
Thanks, Mary Beth. Love that. Yeah, let's amp it up. I agree. I'm on board with that. Radiance, absolutely. Like, talk about calling in energy and presence and sunlight into the body through nature, via nature. So I love how I point to a box, but it's really we're bringing innovation and modernization into access for me back to source, which source is that earth, that grounding presence, but the power of green plants absorbing actual sunlight. And then we take those plants and put it into the body. And I love it because my family's not completely plant-based. You don't have to be any type of way to incorporate this into your journey. Just start to introduce it, and it's really amazing at what happens in the body changing and making some new choices. Thanks, Mary Beth. Who's up?
I'll share. Wow, this truly, true. I mean, I love the conversation. I love everything that everyone said, and truly, this has been a godsend for me. It truly, truly has. I have been looking for something like this my entire life. And, I was your typical dieter and diet, DIE. I don't want to diet because the first three letters are DIE. So no dieting, no dieting anymore. Thank God for that. But this has literally changed my life. I have never in my entire life been consistent like this with any program. And just everything that they give you to help you to succeed, especially this. This is just I love it. I love this. And it just helps not it not only helps me to keep on track with my holistic journey, it helps me to keep on track with life in general. And when I first saw this, I thought, my God, I have to feel all of this. But guess what? I've already done 90 days and now I'm on my 90 days. And I'm so excited for it. And another reason why this has been such a blessing to me, and it's almost like it was created just for me. I'm a person that can drink my nutrition forever in a day. I don't have to put a morsel in chew, even though I do like chewing food, but I can, with no problem, drink my nutrition. And so that's why this has been a game changer for me and just almost effortlessly. I have done this and I am just so proud of myself. I truly am. And I feel amazing. I've only released like how many? Let's see, because I do want to release weight. I think I've released like 13 um, pounds, and I would like to release some more, which I know I will because of the fact that I'm being consistent and I'm not trying to do some 3 or 4 day diet to release, a lot of weight. So that's why this has just been a blessing to me. Thank you guys. Thank you for your support. And I'm going to do this the rest of my life. I truly am. I'm surprised, but I'm going to do this the rest of my life. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, Karen. I'm a lifer too. I
All
like
right.
it. I like me with this. I
Yes, yes.
love your enthusiasm because that's totally jumping off of radiance, vitality, life force. Like, bring your A game. Let's go. Let's get done with the dying and get on with the living, right?
Love that.
And it's fun because you have these new levels of yourself that you meet.
Mhm.
And then to share that journey with others. And I love how you pull your tracker sheet out. She's legit. There is a tracker sheet. It's the value of consistency. Yeah, right.
Yes.
And for some people, there's literally, we get a dopamine hit from that little diary entry of check it off, just like making your bed. It's the daily little gains that really add up to this accumulation of wealth. So I love that you talked about the word diet. I was never a dieter. I did at some points have an unhealthy relationship with food at times because of how I was treating my body or my own understandings of the world. And this system just made my self-love and my self-appreciation easier, more fluid, so I could be consistent with something and really gain those wins. So I love how you talk about that. If you're not a person, and I love how you talk about it was made for me. It tailor made for anyone because you come into the process and you make it yours. But there's true value in like having some good orderly direction. Then I'm no longer trying to figure out the wheel, right? Just, oh, I can follow because in so many of my life parts of my life I have to make so many choices, decisions after this and this is like, how about just follow this? I was like, I can do that. I can do
Yes,
that. And
yes.
look what happens. The magic happens. Right? I
Amen.
love that.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for that beautiful share.
Thank you.
Amen. Amen. I'm gonna throw it in
Amen.
there too. Amen.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Okay, who else would love to throw us in another quick share or two? I love the comments. Thank you, ladies.
I'd like to share.
Yay. Go,
Okay.
Mel.
So, thank you, Allison, for holding this conversation. Always love what you have to share and hear your voice as well, like everybody said. Um, I just wanted to share a little bit of in the beginning of when I started taking Pirium. Um, I was feeling bloated. I was dealing with issues with IBS, and I remember when I first started to take uh, the UTL, it completely brought down my issues with bloating. And I don't know how long it's been now that I've been taking it. How do you know, Alison?
We met last August at Veggie Fest, so we'll be coming up on a year in August.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, um, almost a year, and it I have no issues with going to the bathroom now. I'm completely healed from my IBS because of this, taking this consistently, which like every morning I don't have to think about like what how am I gonna like just help myself when it comes to food. I could just wake up like in 5 in the morning, go work out, but before my workout I have my drink, you know? And it just feels good to make that decision, and like it's easy, and like you were saying, Allison, it has like you don't have to think about it. You already have so many responsibilities going on. So this is just like a great way to take that ease off. I mean, to integrate more ease.
Yes. I love that. Integrate more ease. That would be nice, right? I'll take a little bit of that or a lot. Thanks, Melody. That I mean, and I know what you're sharing about IBS or gut or anything, digestion. There's so many people who are battling with this. A lot of the a lot of the massive modern day food supply, if there's a lot of processed foods, or it's just some communities in the many don't have access to fresh farms or even true grocery stores. I'm talking to you from Chicago. I did an event down on the south side, and these young kids didn't even know that vegetables and fruits came from the earth. They thought they came from the store. So not only are we providing here like access to high quality food, we also really want to provide access to education so we can learn the gain knowledge and wisdom about ancient farming practices, about modern day, what can we do? Where do I fit into all of this? There's so many different ways to go with this. And what we want to do is we'd love to just take care of people because that's what we do, nourishment, but we'd also love to like teach each other how to fish for ourselves. And that's what we do here in community. So thanks for bringing up those points of interest, Melody. All right. So if anyone wants to jump in and do one more share, we like to keep the call short, sweet, but definitely strong. So I welcome anybody else who would love to bring their voice forward.
I'll just share. So I'm still in this healing process from a car accident last fall, and and then for my work, it's been a little slow. So I haven't had the income to buy as many products as I initially did. And the contrast, so I've been playing with, what products I'm buying and that. But the contrast in when I'm on a full ULT, how I feel, I mean, totally good. Like I'll have little dips as like I'm needing my chiropractic adjustment or whatever. But the clarity, the lack of pain, the focus, the non-bloating, oh my gosh, like I've had the Epigeneus family and it helps a little bit, but like I still need those super aminos so bad. Like when I start the day with those, it's like I'm going and I'm not getting tired in the afternoon or forgetful or not seeing things on my phone that I need to see. This is like number one for me, like is getting all the products. And like it's hard because kids want to chew more, but I'm like, I'm fine with liquid diet because of the energy that I get from it. So I'm finding that balance with the budget and with feeding my kids too, because it really does affect me so much to not have this quality of food. And even like I'm going to this new church and they always give you food. And sometimes it's organic. I mean, most of the time it is organic. They're really awesome. and plant-based and all of it. Amazing food, and we're in California, so there's good farmers, but it's not all at all regenerative, and you can feel a difference. And it just reinforms me of how critical getting the Purium word out is because of their dedication to quality and nourishment. It's interesting. I've been encountering a lot of people who are talking about these other products for cleanses and different things, and it's like Purium is putting nourishment in to flush out what we don't need, not pull from us and deplete us more when we're not getting the right nourishment in our bodies. And so, yeah, I've just been sitting with that, the concept of what we do here and how critical it is in this time in the world to be out there sharing that it's nourishing us from the inside out, and how it affects our presence in community, online, virtually, with our families, with everything in our real communities where we live. So, yeah, I love it. I'm a little slow today because I haven't had all my stuff, and I'm working towards getting it all and not letting it get down again. Yeah. So thanks for having
Thank
the
you.
call, Allison. It's always
Oh,
good.
thank you so much. Thank you for showing up and sharing your voice and giving us a little bit more of your story. And I myself noticed the change in my day if there's not everything I wish could be there for me, like the feeling of that lack of, because my body really cellularly craves this food. Like how you talked about like a liquid diet. So the food is picked at vine ripeness and dehydrated via sun and wind, so there's no heat added to the process. So the enzymes of the food, the vibration are preserved. But I didn't have to do any of the picking, the washing, the chopping, the harvesting. These wonderful people did it, and I'm supporting their practices and their family businesses. And so we all play a role in the world, and I love that you've found something that you love, that you can transmit that to your children, because my kids are at 2 shakes a day. Most days I'm doing at least 3 shakes a day. 15 aminos in the morning, 15 in the afternoon, and I'm just spending less in other areas. I'm eating less meat. I'm finding that, you start playing with. I learned the rhythm of the ULT very solidly for the beginning, a good chunk of the first year and a half or so. And then I started adding more on top of it because I liked the results. And I liked where I was putting my money, because where I put my money, it matters. That's an expression of my time and my energy, my values. So I love that you found something here that lines up with who you are, not only who we are today, but who do I want to be? So I'm just going to present that. Beautiful share, Jessica. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nicole, thanks for showing up, girl. I see some wonderful faces on this call. I do want to keep it short so we can keep it under the 30-minute mark. And, thank you for bringing your voices, your experiences to the table. I know that we have a really quick, short quiz if anyone is wondering where they would place in the lineup of how superfoods could be introduced. We have some great systems set up as a package deal, and I don't have this link to a quiz, but if you are watching this recording or if you want access to this, please reach out to the person who linked you up with us to this call. We have live calls many nights a week. You can gain education, information. There's so many different ways to go with this. And if you believe in yourself enough to give yourself a chance to try new things and then see what comes on the other side of that, I believe you found yourself in the right place. So thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Allison.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much.
Good to see you all.